Method of composting uses raw materials in and around the farm to produce manure. The primary materials required for the heap method are fresh green leaves and dried vegetation, along with other degradable farm waste. All these should be collected and assembled in a suitable area before the actual process begins. It is important to use a combination of fresh green vegetation and old tough materials to obtain good results. In general, fresh living material decomposes fast and contains low levels of carbon and high levels of nitrogen. Tough dead material decomposes slowly and contains large amounts of carbon. A good balance of the two is essential for good manure. The raw materials should be watered to keep them moist. This is the first step in the preparation process. An important ingredient for the heap method process is Amrita Karaisal solution. Amrita Karaisal is produced by mixing 1 kilogram of cow dung, 1 liter of cow's urine and 25 grams of jaggery in 10 liters of water. The quantity of Amrita Karaisal will vary according to size of the heap. However, the proportions of the ingredients should always be maintained. Amrita Karaisal facilitates microorganism growth, thereby accelerating the composting process. A piece of land which is slightly elevated and dry, without any intervention of roots of trees, is ideal for setting up the heap compost. To begin with, twigs should be cut to a small size and spread on the floor. The twigs should be as thick as a pencil, and enough twigs should be used to create a layer that is about 5 centimeters thick. The layer of twigs being at the bottom facilitates aeration of the heap. Air circulation is crucial because the microorganisms that facilitate composting need a constant supply of oxygen to survive. The carbon dioxide produced by their activity also needs to be removed. On top of the twigs, green leaves should be added to a thickness of about 15 centimeters. Amrita Karaisal solution should be sprinkled over the surface of the green leaves before the next layer is added. Dried plant material should be added above the green leaves. This should also be spread to a thickness of 15 centimeters. The dimensions of the heap depend on the quantity of the waste material. However, it should be ensured that the height of the heap does not exceed 4 feet. A very large heap will have poor air circulation, which will reduce the efficiency of the process. Amrita Karaisal should be sprinkled over the surface. On top of these layers, partially decomposed cow dung should be spread to a thickness of about 7.5 centimeters. Water and Amrita Karaisal should be sprinkled over the surface. If the heap is dry, the activity of the organisms will slow down. So, it is important to maintain the moisture content by sprinkling water. The layers of vegetation should be added in the same sequence till the heap reaches a height of about 4 feet. Water should be sprinkled on the heap every day to maintain moisture levels. As a final step of the heap preparation, a polythene sheet should be spread over the heap. The polythene sheet helps retain heat and moisture inside the heap as it decomposes. This speeds up the composting process. In order to confirm proper composting, insert a twig at the bottom of the heap 24 hours after preparing the heap and remove it after 2 minutes. The tip of the twig should be hot when touched. This is the indication of proper composting. Within 3 weeks of making the heap, its size will decrease considerably. This is due to breaking down of the vegetation by the microorganisms. At this point, the heap has to be turned around. Turning is the process of inverting the partially decomposed materials in such a way that the top layer goes to the bottom and the bottom layer comes up. Turning the heap will ensure that the material on the outside will decompose as well. If it is not turned, materials left at the edge of the heap may not decompose properly. Weed seeds and any diseased plant material on the outside may not be killed. Hence, turning is an important process. After 60 days, the entire biomass will turn into mature compost. The original material will completely decompose and turn blackish brown in color. It will have a pleasant smell. It can be used on the field now. Even at this stage, the heap should be kept covered to protect it from rain and sun. The compost should also remain moist when stored. Compost improves the structure of the soil, thereby allowing more air into the soil. This also improves drainage. The improved structure makes it easier for plants to absorb the nutrients already available in the soil. Compost also improves soil quality by adding nutrients. While chemical fertilizers provide nutrients for plants, they do not improve soil structure or quality. Unlike chemical fertilizers, compost is not washed away easily, so the beneficial effects last longer.